Hello, hello. I'm gonna post the name today, the one we're gonna be calling the live. Thank you for watching. Today is a live about how is the morning and evening routine, about how we can help us, and we will share with Ghislaine, the stylist today, which gonna be joining me in a minute. Hello Ghislaine, I see you joining, and I named this live today Start Your Morning Rise. So we're gonna be having a beautiful conversation with Ghislaine. For everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Ilona, founder of Amber Aesthetics, holistic approach, skincare, and beauty. Hello, Ghislaine.
Hello.
You. Excellent.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I was a bit getting settled, did my meditation, which is usually at 3 o'clock, but I did it earlier. So I just now zipping warm water and was waiting for our live because I think it's going to be very, very interesting. I think as well that it's something which we can learn from each other, and to see how other people are doing, because it's so many ways of looking after yourself. It's something which we are sometimes things that something doesn't work and some things work, and what in the end is really we need to do. Thank you for joining me today.
You're so welcome. I always love having a chat with you, and you're such a mine of information about all things beauty that it seems a bit weird me sharing anything about what I do, but I'm more than happy to.
Oh, well, I think you look great, and it's something which is the natural self-care is very important as well. It's not just what we are doing. Of course, we can help to look better and look younger with makeup, with treatments, with everything. But I think what's is very important as well, which people forget about as well, is the mindset and the nutrition, what we are eating and what we doing, kind of.
Yeah, I think everything begins inside, doesn't it? And yeah, if you get as much of that right as possible, then what you put on your face or your body even afterwards is that's just like a bit like icing a cake.
Yeah, and it's not something which interferes with us, but it's something which comes to, and about our mindset. It's like a beautiful combination. Hello, Elaine?
I'm having trouble with my connection.
You froze for a bit. Yes, yes. Seems like it's gonna be coming back.
I hope so. Yeah, is that better?
Yes.
Good.
Excellent. Thank you for the girls who joining us. If you have any questions or you want to share your story, how you are doing your routine and what works for you, you are welcome to put here in the comments. It will be really nice to read later. And Ghislaine, if no one knows, it's Ghislaine is our stylist who have a slow fashion, mindful shopping, and helps everyone with sustainable choices in the style. which I think is well complements to a beauty to give that confidence boost to women and feel excellent.
I hope so. Sorry, I was just faffing about. I was sending a message to someone who may have gone now, but anyway. Yes, I hope so. I think that if you're thinking about the clothes that you wear, and you're not happy about how you're feeling inside, then it's quite difficult to find the right things to wear. So I always try to start back at the basics, and what happens in the morning is quite important. And in fact, what happened to me this morning, I came that close to phoning you and saying, I can't do it, I feel really poorly. And I actually thought that's a really good place to start, is that you don't always wake up in the morning and think, right, I'm going to do my morning yoga and I'm going to chant for 20 minutes and everything's going to be wonderful, because I didn't wake up like that at all this morning. In fact, I woke up feeling exactly the opposite. So I think that the things that you do to pick yourself up when you wake up like that are almost as important. Yeah, so the first thing I did this morning, because I was feeling so awful, was just to sit, and I had a huge, great big mug of really hot water. And I had a headache when I woke up, and the hot water helped because the headache started to clear. So obviously I was a bit dehydrated.
Yeah, I had yesterday actually headache, and water helped me quite a lot. But this morning, I have to say, it was quite a nice wake up. I wake up without alarm, which normally is because I set up at 7 usually, and I am late bird. I like to sleep. And this morning I wake up at 7:30, and it was like, oh, this feels nice and stretchy and yeah, it's interesting how if you have a morning in a rush or stressful mind and day, it really affects the rest of the day.
Yeah, definitely. And although I do have a kind of a routine of things that I generally do every morning, I think if I wake up and actually those things are going to add to my stress, then I just kind of think, okay, well, I can either do that later or there's always tomorrow. And so, yeah, so although I normally do about 20 minutes yoga in the morning when I wake up, I didn't do that this morning. I just thought, actually, I just want water. So I didn't just want water inside me, I wanted a shower as well. So, and I wasn't planning on washing my hair, but I just thought, actually, I just want to feel warm water on my head. And so that's what I did. And I just think sometimes you just have to trust that your body will tell you what it needs. And so by the time I had my big glass of warm water and leapt in the shower and just spent some time making sure that I was awake now and kind of, okay, now I've arrived, then I was able to chant for a bit. And like you said, food's so important. So yeah, then a healthy-ish breakfast. And yeah, and yeah, of course there's things that I put on my skin and things that I was thinking about, but actually the kind of just the listening to yourself and what do I need this morning? What is it that my body's craving? Is really important.
Yes, that's what I'm learning since like last year, to ask myself communicate, because in the beginning I totally was blank, and now I am starting to notice all these like inside, like another person almost, which are awakening and talking to you, and it's so important, and to become aligned with it. It's something actually really, really beautiful, and I wish I would done it earlier. It's something which I kind of feel like where I've been, why I've missed this, to communicate with myself more and be more gentle, and to see other people how they are easily communicate, something which resonates with me very well. Thank you for not canceling today. It would be kind of like sad for me, because I really like before we a couple of days ago we talked about what we're talking, you were saying your daily routine. You were saying that you chanting, which made me very interested as well. And it's something which, if you can tell your daily flow, how it flows for you.
Okay, I will. So as I said, I regularly will get up and I'll do about 20 minutes yoga, and nothing really excessive. I'm quite new to it, but it's just about stretching, getting everything woken up, so the blood flowing. And then when I've done that, I'll usually then take my glass of hot water and I'll go and sit, and I have a Buddhist practice. I've been practicing a form of Nichiren Buddhism for about 10 years now. So I'll sit and chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. It varies how long I do it. If I'm really in need, sometimes it'll be an hour, but sometimes it's 10 minutes, and that's fine. And I find that what it does is it makes, like, the yoga wakes my body up, but the chanting wakes up something spiritual and helps me feel more connected to the universe and more confident about that I'm going to make the right decisions, and that I'm kind of trusting my intuition. Yeah, those two things, coupled with some good nutrition and some skincare, and that's usually what I do in the mornings. And as I said, I've been certainly with the chanting, I've been doing that for 10 years, and it's probably one of the most important parts of my day, really. Not even just my morning.
You say that you connect with the kind of like a wider universe. So did it happen straight away for you, or it's kind of you went into that flow? How was for you that part?
On a good day, it happens straight away. On a bad day, it sometimes, as I said, sometimes I'll chant for a lot longer. Sometimes I need to just, whatever, if I know I'm going to get stressed about something, then sometimes I'll need to actually focus on getting back into that flow. I guess it's a bit like meditation, and it's a spoken meditation, so it's not a silent one. And meditation sometimes takes work, doesn't it?
Absolutely, it's the same, yeah. But what I noticed, because I now practice like every day, just not for a long time, but in the beginning was harder to feel the changes, but now it's getting easier and easier, and the connection with the internally with my voice inside is getting louder, and I can hear it clearer.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really grateful for, that change to coming into that. It's awakens up, and it's just something which I feel like resonates. And I noticed as well that people who are doing like mental practices and self-care routines, they actually generally seems to look younger as well, and they look this radiant flow. It's kind of energy almost, which is brightens up.
It definitely is a kind of energy, and you're tapping into, as I said, I feel it's a spiritual energy, but you're tapping into an energy that you perhaps wouldn't be able to access otherwise. And if there's one thing that keeps you youthful, it is that having access to some energy, and putting some perspective into your day as well.
It's probably as well that what you are feeling, you following your natural flow, you don't go against it, so it saves you energy, and it gives, yeah, it's it's strange. I'm just thinking, we because I'm so interested in what is your experience, that our conversation is actually more in the spiritual side rather than the flowing of the daily routine. But it's just, I think it's something what if people resonates with, it's very important to talk, because that's something which resonates with me, and I love listening to other people's experience, and it's part of the the same self-care, which I think is important.
And I think when you tap into that self-care from inside, then you start to think, okay, well, what do I do to, so I've protected my inside, so what do I do to protect the outside? And so then you do start to think and put a bit more thought into the products that you put on your skin, and perhaps you'll choose one that's that you've considered the ingredients, or that you've thought about how they're packaged, and whether or not you're going to be able to recycle them, and all of those sorts of things become more conscious decisions, rather than, oh, my skin's a bit itchy, I really ought to put some cream on it. So I think it's all about making these conscious choices.
Yeah, and it's something which I have started to see my body as a temple almost, which I have to look after way the best I can. And that's what I decided to make a choice with the nutrition, with all the supplements to look after my internal guts and all the cells to rejuvenate, to feel more proper. And the face massage and something like a routine of applying the creams, it's something as well which feels like it flows with a connection with with myself, and it's something which I think is important as well, and not to just in a rush because something to put on a face and just run. It's something important to connect with yourself, and to see your body as a temple almost, and nurture it, because quite often I think I used to just to put rather makeup than the cream, because I didn't know when I was younger. And I think that it's now the new generation, the ladies, girls. At least I try to teach my daughter as well to kind of like a moisturize and do this like a daily routine, which is something. And yeah, I
I love your weekly Sunday massage classes, because facial massage isn't something that I'd done before, really. I might have had it done to me when I went for a facial, but I didn't really even pay much attention to what was happening to my face. And it's been really interesting, sort of noticing things like reducing trying to reduce the tension in my jaw, which I didn't even realize was there until I started doing what you kind of really get a knuckle in there, like you'd shown me. And that's made a massive difference. And I love these. Honestly, this looks like a piece of medieval torture, but this roly thing is just glorious. It just, especially when you wake up in the morning and you use it with this with your serum or something, because it's metal, it's quite cold, and it's just a really nice feeling. I mean, it's funny because it doesn't look very, very pampering, but it's great. I love it.
I'm glad you enjoy it. It's something, yeah, for me, I can't imagine my life without that roller anymore, because it speeds up and saves the time so quickly, and it's pleasant as well. The other thing, yeah, what I am now have started as well, and I would want to encourage and recommend, is the ice, to take some ice and just quickly to run over the face and the neck, on the palms of the hands, on the tummy, on the thighs. It's like a cold shower, but outside the shower.
Do you just take a block of ice and rub it on your face, or do you put it in a cloth?
I hold it with a cloth, with the bamboo cotton pad, and then on the ice itself, rub around the face so it melts. It's quite wet. It's makes it a little bit like a stinging feeling, because what's happening is you give like a quick superficial damage to the surface of the skin, and your brain reacts it as a major injury, so it starts to bring the blood flow to it and try to repair it, and this way it tightens up the skin, it gives the necessary nutrients and minerals, and then it's give that boost of collagen, and that's when firms up the skin and tightens up. And it's if it's one of the treatments which is good to commit, maybe do it for 2 months, then give a break, and then 2 months, because one thing to do all the time is really hard, and there is so many other things which is possible to do. That's just kind of a way of thing.
And could you use the ice around the eye? Would that reduce puffiness around the eye in the
Yes,
morning? Ooh,
definitely.
okay, because that's
Yeah,
definitely something that happens for me, and I always struggle with that. Because
yeah,
I kind of think, should I put a night cream on? And then if I put a night cream on, I'm all puffy. And yeah, okay, I should try that.
yeah. It's as well for the puffy eyes. What you can do, you can with these knuckles to press them in the under the eyebrow, then
That
a little bit going under the line.
round, round that really painful point under the eye.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that painful point
oh yeah,
there.
I remember doing. Yes, that one.
Then a little bit move forward to the one
There's
side.
another notch, isn't there, on under the bone, and that's the kind of pressure point. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I didn't realise that would help with the puffiness. I will try that.
definitely. And like if you would dry your eyes, like the tears you would take away, then you put, because what is happening here is the very, very tiny lymph nodes. And with the tiny lymph nodes, it goes, and lymph nodes goes in the front of your ear and behind your ear. And because they're very tiny vessels, it just needs to be slowly and quite a longer time to be done, so it goes away that puffiness and it flows away to the lymph, and then just finish with flowing into the neck. That's something, yeah, when it's puffy eyes. But that pressure, I find it works for me very quickly. The pressure points, it's really
Okay, I will
good.
try that because we've done those
I will
pressure
share
points in the
maybe my
massage,
morning
and
routine.
I had just hadn't tried them in the mornings, and I hadn't thought they would have. So that's really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe if you haven't seen instant results, maybe try a little bit longer, because perhaps the lymph is a bit slower, and it just needs to be given that time to go away, and it should help as well.
Okay,
Definitely.
I'll definitely will try that.
Yeah. Yeah. Shall I share my day? Because
Yes, please do.
I think because I know all these like stuff, I kind of implement into my life. It's quite most busy mornings is the mornings, and I would say evenings, because that's when I try to spend most time with myself. And I found, because I am oval kind of late person waking up, I can't get up from bed and straight to do something. I need like a slow movement, and I, as far as I've heard as well, it's like it's that feminine energy as well, that we need to allow ourselves to stretch and give up, kind of slower day start. For me is I start in a bed already, like waking up with the gratitudes. I count several gratitudes. Thank you, my eyes, for seeing this beautiful sun morning and day, and the person who is with me and my life. And I do, I've heard once in some interview, the tummy massage, just massaging from the stomach side clockwise, going like a spiral movement into the belly button, then it's just something which helps with digestion. If there is something haven't been moved, it helps to go into the flow and kind of gives that right direction. And these two things which I start morning and then finish the day, and then go into the stretching with the posture, because in the morning I like to sleep, and I think a lot of people sleep on the side. So during the night, everything closes down. And then it's in the morning, by going into the bathroom, I try to stretch up, putting up my hands, and kind of like do some exercises in the bathroom. And when I make my lemon water, then I do dry brushing, which is for skin tightening, and it helps to maintain. Then the shower, things like needles, but it's do the massage of the. It's kind of one of the good things. Feel apparently it's needed for us, and I believe it's something which helps as well. And then the daily routine, some vitamins, and during the day I would recommend usually to probably most of the people to take some probiotics, because we all at the moment are struggling with our tummies, and food is kind of quite quite
I
sad.
take probiotics.
Yes, it's I as far as I know, everybody's now taking them, because it's we realize how important for our immune system as well it is. And then in the evenings I take my other vitamins, which is omega-3s and stuff. And then I try once a week to do bath. I found the bath is very calming, and with Epsom salt and soda, which drowns out the toxins out of the body. It helps to detoxify the soda, and then finish the day with a double face cleansing, and do some face treatments once a week, either for the muscle rheo or for the skin radio frequency. And yeah, that's kind of my day of the week, which I find that works most in my life. And then yeah, there is so many things which is good for us. It just sometimes we need to implement them, change one thing and for another, because we can't do everything. It's just the life is too busy for us.
Yeah. So I might be focusing on the eye thing, because you've just told me, rather than the skin rollering for a few days. And yeah, I think it's you can't just do everything, otherwise you'd never do anything in your day. But just as long as you do one or two little things that are helping to keep you feeling good, makes a difference, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I think what is good is to do some things which are combined good things, like for example standing on a prickly mat and brushing your teeth. It's possible to combine. Or very good when I do brushing, I put my headphones and then I am like kind of dancing as well, moving, and the same time doing the brushing, and it uplifts my mood. I find it very uplifting, and these all things, what I want to recommend, is not possible to all implement at once. It needs to be one thing at a time it just comes naturally. It's when I was calling the day routine, it sounds a bit too busy, but when it starts to be by one thing at a time, implementing into your life, after, let's do the stretching, for example, or tummy massage, you do it just that one with your normal daily routine. After, let's say, 21 days, after a month, when you are settled down in your new routine, then you can take something else like breathing works, and just you don't need to breathe for 1 hour. You take 5 minutes breathing works, or start with 2 minutes breathing works. It's just something which is important, and I think like you have your daily routines with waking up and chanting and do yoga. It's just something which is gone through the years implementing into your life, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. One of my friends, she wrote a book called Physical Intelligence, and she calls that habit stacking, so that you if you work out that there's something maybe missing that's perhaps a little bit out of sync with your life, you might so she'll do exercises while she's making her tea, and so if she's got something, a tightness somewhere, she'll always do that particular exercise whilst doing a particular job that doesn't really require her attention. And I think that's a brilliant idea, is that because there's quite a lot of times that you're spent maybe stood at the stove, and you can be raising up and down on your feet to strengthen the arches of your feet. And I think just kind of maximizing your time by creating these little links between one job that you do and another job that doesn't really require too much attention is perfect.
Yeah, and I think it just needs to be a little bit sit down, think about where to start, and just to make that small decision. Okay, I'm gonna make an effort, and I will try every day to do tummy massage. And suddenly you realize, actually, I have time for that, and it actually feels nicer, and I don't want to give up. And this way, it's just something which helps for us to look after ourselves and get into the flow of the day and improve our day. Because right now, what I hear, a lot of coaches say, you feel burnt out because you are constantly spending time for somebody, for your kids, for work, for cleaning house. It's so important to have that time for yourself, to find the time just to do nothing, or reading book, or coming to the Sunday class to do some massage and relax and feel just for yourself. I just think that it's so important to find that, and I think it would be nice.
I think find just picking one thing, and not overthinking what it's going to be, but just picking one thing that you think might work and help you feel better. And you'll learn, quite quickly if it does, and then you'll carry on doing it. And for sometimes you'll start doing something, like a friend of mine started doing couch to 5K running, and pretty quickly worked out that she hated it. And so she stopped and found something else to do, which she prefers.
Exactly. It's something which is just to try out, because sometimes the thought of us, oh, it takes too much time, I'm not gonna even bother, I'm not gonna even go there. But when it's possible, it's something to go into the flow and try out, and it's like, yeah, actually it's not a bad idea, I could do it. It's something which
I love this idea of flow. I think flow, anything that gets you into a phase where where things are happening naturally and you're comfortable with it and it's helping you focus is absolutely vital. You'll find athletes do it, and anyone who needs to really properly concentrate on something. And if you start by implementing something that actually is really just a pleasurable activity and it gets you into a flow, then you start to work out how you can get into a pleasurable flow when you're doing your accounts or some of the hideous things that you hate doing.
Yeah, it's there is always will be something which we don't like to do, but if it helps us, I think it's very important to not to give up and just try maybe, because I find that sometimes some of my routines I skip the day because I feel like it's not today, but I know I'm gonna be coming back to it, and I don't need to feel guilty that I haven't done it today. So whatever it feels, sometimes as long you're coming back to it, it's something which is motivating and it's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. I'm glad you agree with me. Well, it's already more than 30 minutes we spoke, and it's the time flies very, very nicely, and always such a pleasure to talk to you.
Well, I always enjoy talking to you, Ilona, so thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. It's lovely to see you today and sharing your routine, because I think it's something which is empowering and encourageable, and it's something which I think we need to talk more and help others to feel that flow.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, definitely. So I hope we can speak again soon, but it's been lovely.
Yes, I hope to see you next month, and I think we're gonna talk as well something to think of some more collaborations which we could come up with, and looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
That would be great. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you everyone as well who watched. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Have
you.
a great day today. Thanks.
Bye-bye.